I'm the audience. I'm the audience.
Okay. Okay, it's my audience. Now I'm just gonna set it down. See me. Okay. So, hi, my name is Kayla Washington. I'm gonna be reading my speech to you. The one I picked for my persuasive outline was question of value, and I will be talking about the topic of abortion. So, general purpose, my speech will be persuasive. Specific purpose statement, I want my audience to understand that abortion isn't always wrong. Central idea, my main ideas for my speech is to explain why abortion isn't always a terrible thing. Yes, I know it's not a good thing, but there are some pros from it rather than just being cons. I want my audience to understand that abortion really isn't always bad. I know it's bad. I am against it, but I know there are people in situations where, sometimes they need to have it, which is definitely understandable. Title of my speech, Why Abortion Isn't Always Wrong. Attention grabber, abortions can actually save some girls' lives. Some girls aren't old enough or even financially stable enough to have a baby on their own, which is facts. If a girl is pregnant at a very young age, I'm pretty sure she's not really stable enough to have a baby. The main points, abortions help with 3 factors. A, helping a girl who was unwillingly forced to have intercourse not to have a baby with a stranger or that man who forced her and traumatized her to have a baby. So if a woman's forced, 9 times out of 10, she's not going to want to have a baby with the man that forced her to have a baby. And then they help young women decide if they're really ready or not to change their life and become mothers. Abortions really give girls second chances to rethink their lives before they bring another life into theirs. So it's not always just about them. When you have a baby, your life is now about 2 people. Abortions aren't always an easy choice for the person having it. Time and situations are always needed to make, abortions aren't always easy choices. Time and situations are always needed to make the right choice for girls and women. But if a girl is not in a good environment where a newborn baby can be safe or taken care of, then a good option for her could be an abortion. Abortions require research and family support indefinitely. Like, if you do have an abortion, you can't just go anywhere. You have to definitely make your research and make sure that the doctor is good enough, to proceed in the procedure, As a girl going through a process such as an abortion, if she knows she needs to have one done, family support or friend support is the best support she can really have and really heal from that traumatizing experience. Doing research for good and supportive doctors is definitely a good thing to do. So supporting doctors can really help smooth a woman's anxiety if she decides to have her abortion because she's not ready. According to abortion.org, having a good support system can really help a girl go through a hard decision such as having an abortion. Abortions require making a right decision that one can live with their whole life. Like, this small decision really will affect them their whole entire life. Abortions require really taking time to really decide if you want it. If the girl is really in need of an abortion because she could not bear a child on her own, or she was forced to have a baby that she was not ready to have, she has to be able to live with her decision forever. So abortions can really change a woman's life and make her life better, but to know you can live with your decision forever is a serious thought. Women need to happen before having such a procedure. So they really need to think about it before, having a procedure. Example, a woman needs to think about it she needs to think about it because if that's her only chance of having a baby, imagine years later how much, remorse she's going to have. I know in that moment she really needed it, and having an abortion isn't always bad, but in that moment, years later you think, oh, I shouldn't have had it. Having a procedure, abortions can change a woman's life and make her better. So abortions can change a woman's life and make her life better, but to know you can live with your decisions forever is a serious thought. Women need to happen before having such a procedure. Example, a woman needs to think about it if she could, like it could be her only child. According to PMSAG.com, most women who have abortions are happy they had it all in the beginning, but years later, they do regret, like, you know, most of them, not most of them, but some people do regret having it, even if in that moment they really needed it. They know they weren't financially stable or they were raped. Sometimes, you know, every woman will have their second thoughts years later, you know. Moving on to my second main point, I will discuss why people are so against abortions, even though they can be good for certain women going through it. Why most people are against abortions. Having an abortion is almost the same as killing your own baby, you know? That's how people see it, most people. Not everybody, but certain people. People feel abortions is always wrong, is always a wrong way. A woman should stay pregnant even under bad circumstances. So people think even if you're pregnant with a baby that, you know, was forced or you're raped, some people think you should still have it because it's not entirely the baby's fault. But at the end of the day, like, that's a decision of the mother and if she would like to have an abortion. So as I think it's not the baby's fault that the woman may have been raped or accidentally gotten pregnant, not planned at all. People also think women should keep the baby, then put the baby up for adoption when the baby's born. But that's not always easy for girls to do. And in the end, it could backfire on the woman because the baby will get older and wonder, why did my mom give me up? Why did she let me go, you know, not knowing? And the mom doesn't want to go through that because in the first place, she didn't want to have the baby. So that's a good, like, you know, that's a good option to have a baby for abortion. But at the end of the day, it could backfire and hurt two people in the end. Abortions are entirely up to the person having it. There will always be people judging whether or not abortion should be done. But at the end of the day, no one feels what that girl is going through, or what that girl desperately needs. If an abortion is what she needs, it's what she's gonna, you know, get. Things. A woman knows if she wants to have a baby or if her situation does not make sense to her. It's entirely her decision to go ahead and get one. Abortions lack people's understanding, which it really does. People always jump to conclusions that you're horrible if you have an abortion, you killed your baby, etc. But at the end of the day, they aren't that person and they're not going through what that person's going through. They don't have to raise the baby. They don't have to go through it. So it really shouldn't be their decision. It should be the person's decision. Understanding one's own life and decisions can really make people realize that abortions aren't always bad and they can actually really help a young woman live her life the way she originally planned to live it. In conclusion, abortions really do help young women and grown women pick the life they wanted to live. It really does give women the second chance to do things how they always saw themselves doing it. So thank you for listening to my speech. And that is why I think abortions aren't always a bad thing. When people are raped or forced to have a baby, you know, sometimes they're not ready for that. So that's why abortions aren't always bad. I hope I can change your mind to see you look at it differently. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.